Okay. I mean, we got a couple options here. The cradle still has a good amount of health, so I'm still thinking about just blinding him to be safe. Because we're playing with fire here. I mean, if you look at it, all of our units are pretty light on health, except for Victor. That way we can just rest assured that this cradle doesn't know what he's doing, and he's going to try and run forward, which is actually really good for us. And that seed also just doesn't have the ability to do much, so it's really just this one seed back here. Oof. I mean, if we can pull through with everybody alive, I'll be happy, but if we can just pull through it all, I think I'll be happy too. Okay, Alenia has a good shot. I'm going to throw it back here, because again, I just don't want to accidentally hit our people. Oh, that was good. That was good to see. We just wiped out pretty much the entire seed grouping, which is awesome because we kind of needed that to happen since a bunch of seeds are about to show up. And Claire's just right next to the cradle, so we'll have her go for it. Okay, so that's 3 more seeds. There's 5 seeds that we got to worry about. Definitely going to move Victor just so that he's able to hit these seeds. Fingers crossed. Nice. Critical and everything. That's exactly what we needed. And then I'm going to actually have Stray Dog just heal. A little worried about her just as far as health is concerned. And then since we have acid going on, I don't really want to have Anomir get hurt. So I'm going to move Anomir here to hopefully just block those seeds from moving forward. And then we're just going to hold the line. 4 seeds left. I think we can handle it. Oof. Definitely going to want to move our Castellan out of the way as soon as possible. But they've definitely done their job. Those flasks were super helpful. Awesome. Those 2 seeds are stunned. It's just these last 5 seeds we got to worry about. I'm going to move Alenia back here and actually have Alenia try and hack this seed out. Nice. And what's cool about hack and slash as well is like we were saying, even if you miss, which missing for a melee unit is just having a glancing blow, it essentially gives us another attack to use and to give a shot at. So it's just these 3 now. To have Victor just to get, you know, that more experience for that relic. Ryan blow these 2 up. Hell yeah. And then it's just this one left. We'll have Anomir give it a shot. Not quite. But that's okay. I don't really want to move Claire out there if I don't have to because of the corrosion. We'll have Stray Dog finish it off.
You're going to tip us over.
Okay, well, and that tells us everything we need to know. There is an enemy still out there. I'll have Claire heal. Stray Dog, unfortunately, will take a little bit of corrosive damage. Oh, he was just hiding back there. It was just that one last seed. I couldn't see him. He disappeared behind the egg. Well, Stray Dog will take a little bit of corrosive damage, but that's nothing new. And it gives us another opportunity to get the losing streak a little bit more XP. But if you look over here, like, and I think it's because Victor's a higher level as well, but losing streak does 42 to 48 damage. Definitely a far cry from where it was at the beginning, which was like 6 to 9 or something like that. Still, accuracy with Victor's been tough, but it is what it is. Nice.
Okay. Since you and your heroes did so well here, I'll try and make sure their ride home is more pleasant and less vomit-inducing.
They've earned it.
Damn, well that one definitely took a long time, had a lot of enemies, but somehow we have prevailed in the salt stacks without losing a unit. And these battles keep getting harder and harder, and I'm just worried we're going to board wipe, but we've been able to keep them at bay. Pretty much everybody leveled up. Elenia got the nickname of Bear. She got 12 kills. Definitely MVP. Victor got up to level 8, which is, I believe, our first level 8 unit in general. Deadeye increased sight and attack range, or Crop Duster fired direct shot at target, leaving a trail of evasion boosting foliage. Definitely Deadeye, especially because he's been missing so much. Claire, 100% go for that sneak attack for both Claire and Anomer. Good to know that they got that now. And Elenia, Acid Solution for sure. That's something that we had briefly with our last relic holder. Melee attacks and flasks also deliver corrosive acid damage over time. Alright, let's get back to our country and send off our wonderful northern region to be taken by the Cadence. It's still a sad day because that is happening, but it's what we have. R.I.P. Our tactical team has rescued a baby girl. We can place it in whatever keep we want. Figure out we'll place it in whichever keep doesn't have anybody, which is going to be the Zelakars. They've been in a little bit of a drought because Rico's still hanging on. So now we have Malakia, who's brainy. But yeah, our map is getting smaller. We've lost 2 regions, and the real tough thing about that is that the Cadence are going to keep attacking as strongly as they always have. They're just going to start to close in more and more. And 2 of our keeps are in outlying regions. So it's a scary thought that we may run into the possibility of losing one of those at some point. Anyway, year 245, let's keep trucking.
Another name added to the Crucible's immortal punching block to be worn away by the next standard.
Punched into memory.
Alright. Standard Cressida Foxfire has died at the age of 66. She was a standard for like 50 fucking years. Pretty crazy, honestly. Let's see who we can throw on here instead. Felren's a really good possibility, but they also could be a good possibility as a mate for a regent. I like how much experience they give off, though. I really want to utilize that a little bit more. I think we'll throw Felren in there. Pessimistic and Alert are good traits to pass on. 92 XP per year is definitely not something to balk at. Oh, Sri Doc, you did amazing things. He has passed away. The idol is almost at level 7, 20 XP away. Let's see who will get it. Skoda, Miana, Amy, Daenerys. Daenerys is a good contestant just because of the longevity and the alert trait. Hannah, not so much. Adestris, not so much. David's not too bad either, but he's already in his 50s. Malaki's only 1. So I think because of that, I'm going to throw it to Daenerys. Daenerys will probably hang on to it for a long time, but hopefully by the time she passes, Malaki will be grown, or we'll have a couple other units training for the Zelakars. I never want to risk that a regional pass away, but it should happen soon because we need kids.
We'll help.
Kyoji Castillon, region of Alhambra, has died at the age of 56. You'll remember Kyoji protected his keep valiantly a couple battles ago as well. Let's check our fertility here. Kaz, bountiful, quick study, and tranquil. I mean, damn, Kaz, that's a strong list of good shit. Ziltasha, bountiful, nimble, rebel, nervous. Eesh. All much older. Check Kara, quick study, but a rebel. Johanna, not so much. Yeah, Kaz is our best bet for sure. As far as a partner, Amy or Skoda. Nimiana might be who we pick for taking over the Zelikars, but I want to keep that in mind. Because it could be Amy too. Just so our Zelikars have more choices, I am actually going to throw Skoda in there with Kaz. And one thing we're just going to have to really pay attention to in these last 50 years is the fact that these two keeps both have a mark of the cadence on them. And we want to make sure we don't lose a whole household. There's a possibility when we're looking at our research, once our better health files are done, if we shouldn't build a keep somewhere else too as a backup. And keep that in the back of our mind, depending on where the cadence attacks. Rico Zelikar, region of Zemoria, has passed away. That's okay. We needed that to happen, unfortunately, just so we can keep our Zelikar line strong. Nimiana is the youngest, aside from Amy. Amy has the hardy trait, which is pretty good, whereas Nimiana only has clumsy. Tough thing about Amy is that they're also slow. But we're moving slower these days, so I'm gonna say that that's a worthy sacrifice. Although Nimiana is of the opposite gender, so we'll see. We have much more to work with in that case. Kara, quick study. That could offset things decently. So we're gonna have Nimiana and Kara bring up our Zelikars, hopefully drum up a bunch of kids. And that's it, we've made it to year 251. And the Ultra Elixir has been researched. So we got a couple options. 14 years, we could build a keep. It's basically a backup just in case we feel like we're going to potentially lose one. We only got 50 years left though, so whatever we choose, we're really kind of locking in what we're working with. Again, none of our heroes really have 2 item slots, and they all have relics. I think it's kind of the only bet for something that's worthwhile. I don't know which region it's going to make the most sense for, but this region actually still has a bonus, giving hunters more dexterity, so we might as well throw in over there. That way, if these regions do start to get more marks of the cadence, we can hopefully just kind of shepherd in enough to really just pad.
All of ruling is choices, isn't it?
Fight here, yes. Use this, no. Did he do it? Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. That's ruling.
So the Commoner's Queen. For the past several months, a woman calling herself the Commoner's Queen has been gaining a following in the Cinderlands. She initially wasn't considered a threat because her admirers were so disorganized, but now things have changed. Her efforts to help those frustrated by your failures have led to a swell of support, one that could spread to an entire nation, which explains why her entourage is currently outside the capital requesting an audience with you. It's tough. We could let her come. We could deny her entry. We should not give her reign legitimacy, or we can't have dissenters now when we're this close. Have Ilva Foxfire make it look like an accident. Now, in our last playthrough, we barely made it to this length in the campaign, but we did get this. And we let her come inside, and it actually was a total disaster. So our options are deny her entry, don't give her reign any legitimacy, or straight up assassinate her. If I'm being honest, we've been ruthless this whole time. We've been playing this game more cutthroat. We're trying to get to the year 300. I think we're going to throw Ilva into the mix and try and take this Commoner's Queen out. I feel like a villain for doing it a little bit, but I'm looking out for my people. Damn, accidents happen. Several hours have passed by the time Ilva returns bloody and exhausted. It's done. That's all I'll say. Suddenly, the great doors are thrown open and a citizen runs in. The queen's carriage is overturned while en route to see you. She's dead. As help rushes out of the throne room, you look at Ilva's expressionless face and hope that this is the last time you'll ever have to make such a decision again. Ilva gained experience, and also the shifty personality trait. Fuck, that worked out well. Let's keep trucking. Getting a lot of kids popping up. I'm happy about that. Yeah, see, I had a feeling this was going to start to happen. So see, we're 7 years away from getting another keep, which is enough to kind of pad what's happening. But we have to protect one of our 2 keeps. And that means that whichever one we don't protect is going to have 2 marks of the cadence. 3 marks and you're out. So it's going to start to get real dicey. We're facing wrinklers, cradles, and ruptures here versus bulwarks, lapses, and ruptures here. Cradles are much worse, so I'm leaning towards this keep in the salt stacks. Additionally, we kind of swore to defend the salt stacks for the citizens, and weirdly enough, our foxfires have been our weakest line, so if we had to put one of them in big danger, that's the one to do it with. Plus, the keep we're building over here actually gets a bonus for hunters, so we might want to move them over there anyway. Therefore, we're going to protect the Castilians next time. Thanks for watching.